Welcome to my video, and in today's video we're going to be doing pretty much a similar thing that we were doing in last video, and that's going to be responding to people on the app X, which used to be called Twitter, but we are going to go on to that app. We're going to look up nicotine. We're going to see what we can find when it comes to the feed, when it comes to nicotine, and what people are saying in regards to nicotine. I also would like to include that this is for like spreading awareness, spreading consciousness on the topic of nicotine, and in regards to what people are talking about when it comes to nicotine. Where are people at where it comes to their experiences with nicotine? And if this is your first time on my channel, then welcome, and if you're returning, welcome as well. I have a lot of videos documenting my journey of quitting nicotine, and you can look at those, you can check out those videos on my channel. But without getting into that, let's get right into our first post that we're going to respond to. Name a better duo than me and nicotine, is what this person said. As you can see, with them smoking a cigarette, and it says, yeah, name a better duo than me and nicotine. And I'm going to reply to this comment, and I'll show you guys what I end up saying. This is my response to them. You existing alongside a state of well-being. This can be reached through going without a substance. Go right here. That can be reached. Going without a substance. So basically, where they were saying, hey, I'm so in tune with my nicotine, or name a better duo than me and nicotine. And I'm telling them that a better duo than you and nicotine, which quite easily would be you existing alongside a state of well-being, that duo, that can be reached through going without a substance. I'm gonna go ahead and post this comment, just really reply to them. Perfect. My post was sent. We will see if they respond right away. I know in the last video that we did this, we had someone respond right away. Of course, their response wasn't much at all. In fact, they just tried to troll. So we know that we can't even count that as a proper response, because that matters none. And let's look for another post here. This is a good one right here. Someone posted, she has a nicotine addiction, but she's still cute. And it's Hello Kitty there with an elf bar, right? Smoking that elf bar. And we're gonna respond to this. Keep in mind, it said she has a nicotine addiction, but is cute. All right. Let's make quick work of this little thread right here. All right, so not all of that fit, but I pretty much got what I needed to. You guys can pause it. I'll go ahead and focus it in right there. Of course, I had to fit in what I had to fit in at the end. But I said, there's nothing cute about a nicotine addiction. In fact, the substance and behavior can have effects on the mental, physical, emotional, and spiritual states of being that are not exactly cute, more like destructive. I'm not saying that one can't choose these actions, but don't joke on life. And don't joke about life. So let's go ahead and send this along the way to this user. They can react to that however they want to. All I know is that I'm just telling the truth and I'm speaking the truth and upholding the right virtues and principles. All right, so let's respond to Stretchy, who said up here, if you can read it, quitting nicotine has got to be the hardest thing I've ever done. And I'm pretty sure that, and I've already talked about this on the channel, that the addiction is the hard part and quitting is the easy part because you're detaching from that behavior, you're detaching from that substance. But really it is, once you have quit, the hardest thing is reminding yourself and keeping yourself disciplined of why you do the things that you do. Come on, autocorrect. So here's my response. Like I said, go ahead and pause it if you need to see it. I'll go ahead and boom. Post was sent, and just so I can read it, I said, well done, I can relate. This is an achievement for sure, but now the hard part is staying on the path right for ourselves and reminding ourselves to be disciplined and remind ourselves why we do what we do. I mean, that's well said, because, once you quit, you're gonna always, let's say, think about those old habits that you used to be so attached to. But that's part of the challenge in reminding yourself to be disciplined, reminding yourself, this is why I'm doing what I'm doing. And for my personal experience, the times that I can remind myself, like, this is why I do what I do, is the time when I can really feel that passion of really what I'm deriving out of quitting, and that's gonna help push me to not go back to that substance, and to now view in all my other experiences, how can I be disciplined, and how can I continue, taking what I've learned in this experience into this next experience. So that's good. That is good. Let's move on to the next post that we're going to reply to here. So this guy said, 19 and fighting a nicotine addiction is insane. And then he has laughing faces, right? Or crying faces, It's up to each person to perceive that the way they're going to perceive it. I know I used that as a laughing emoji before, but you know what? They could just be trying to add a little bit of a dramatic effect, whatever. But so someone in the comments said, we are all fighting something, which that's true. And age doesn't necessarily matter, because you're going to deal with things no matter what. But to think that it's a joke, it's not really funny. So let's actually respond to this. And we're going to see if anyone else has responded in the time to to my posts. I say "are" in the fact of, this video, this is kind of I'm doing it in regards to benefiting the collective. That's why I use the word "are." But in regards to people responding to my posts on this app, I'll keep you guys updated when that does occur. Whereas these other people have kind of made jokes and whatnot in this feed, I'm actually going to provide this person with some wisdom, some knowledge, and some, words of wisdom to help move them through this experience a little bit more, with a little bit more strength. So you can pause it and see my reply right here. Right here. And so I said, what is insane by definition is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting the same result. what's insane is the better quality of life you'll experience once you have fully detached from nicotine. And I think that person will understand this, regardless of if they're in a joking manner or whatnot. It's a serious thing. And they said, they're 19, regardless of age, all ages are going to experience this because people are curious. They want to try things. So whether you're a younger age, older age, in between, doesn't necessarily matter, and that doesn't make it insane. But what makes it insane is that that's just now become a normal thing for people to be, let's say, fighting an addiction or whatnot. And I will add to the end of this, just hashtag you will prosper, because I know that this person will get through it. I mean, thinking about my own journey and what I went through myself, I thought it was pretty insane too, that, oh, I'm dealing with an addiction or whatnot. But then I realized it's just my actions. I have the control over those actions, and I have the responsibility of my own actions. So I do think that this person has the power in order to do that. I'm gonna go ahead and flip this around and reply. Post was sent. There we go. Let's move on to the next one that we're going to respond to. Okay, this one says nicotine has negative effects on the cardiovascular, respiratory, and other bodily systems, which is true. I can respond to this one. This one's calling for hashtag ban nicotine products, tobacco off, or whatever that means. But, at the end of the day, yes, this has effects on your physical, not just physical, like they talk about here, but the mental, emotional, and spiritual states of being. And yeah, I get it. People want to feel good, or people want to mentally experience that feeling, or that lightheadedness that nicotine may give you. People want to emotionally be content at all times and feeling the best that they can, and it just so happens that nicotine has that effect on not everyone, but it has that effect. And then when it comes to your spiritual state of being, you got to think about you're actually involved in action that's damaging to your physical being. So therefore, you'll less and less the amount of time that you get to experience this reality. Therefore, it's spiritually damaging you, not allowing you to necessarily expand, learn from your circumstances, and therefore have that spiritual journey, have that more spiritual experience. Therefore, you will start to grow and realize, hey, this stuff's not for me, or I need to do it in this way. I need to respect the physical state of being, respect the mental, emotional, and spiritual states of being. Therefore, I can continue on doing, let's say, what we want to do or what we desire to do without such repercussions. And I'll respond to this. I'll just say, that's what evidence shows. I mean, because I don't necessarily subscribe to all the evidence, aside from, me realizing the effects that I have had when it comes to cardiovascular health, respiratory health, and other bodily symptoms regarded to vape. So I do confirm that and have the affirmation of, yeah, I know that's real, based upon confirming it with my own personal experiences. So in that sense, yes, that's what the evidence shows and can be confirmed. And can be confirmed by experience. And that's without taking into consideration the All right, so this is my response to that. You guys can pause it and check it out. I'll go ahead and focus it in. Boom, there we go. So in regards to what they said about nicotine has negative effects on cardiovascular health, respiratory health, and other bodily systems, I said that's what the evidence shows and can be confirmed by experience. And that's without taking into consideration the ways nicotine can affect the mental, emotional, and spiritual states of being. Ask yourself, is it worth it? How can I not abuse the substance, therefore not abuse self? Let's go ahead and send this off. Alrighty, responded to that one. Let's go ahead and find something else to respond to. Interesting. All right, let's respond to this one. This one's interesting. This one seems like we can get kind of deep here. I'm gonna need a second to think about it. Let me go get a drink real quick. So this person said, nicotine grounds me and gives me immense root chakra energy. Let me go get some water real quick. All right, I'm back. So, like I said, this person said nicotine grounds me and gives immense root chakra energy. The root chakra energy is in the lower area, and it creates a strong connection. It allows those to harness courage and perseverance during challenging times. So no wonder this person's accessing the root chakra energy, because they need to harness courage, because they're going off on faith that they're not, doing something with this action that's going to eventually damage them or cause them issues down the road. They're also experiencing that energy of the root chakra when it comes to the perseverance during challenging times. It seems as if they're using that to kind of cope, because as you know, that nicotine can kind of provide a mental relief of stress, an emotional relief of stress, a physical experience when it comes to the body of stress-free. Maybe you feel a little bit lighter afterwards. But when it comes to, spiritually, what it can do is make you feel as if you're already fulfilling what you need to do. You're already doing what you need to do on this path in life, and you have to go no further than what you are, and what you're doing now is what you should be doing, because that's keeping you content. So I'm gonna go ahead and respond to this. I'm not saying that, okay, this person can't use that to benefit them. The fact that it grounds them, sure, that's great that it grounds them. It is a plant leaf that the nicotine is derived from, so I get what they're talking about in that regards. But someone underneath this said, what would I be without a vape? The other person said, the way I cackled at this, which it doesn't even seem like they were paying attention to what this person was saying. I mean, this person was, let's call it, speaking facts, but it's because that's what they are realizing from their perspective. I'm gonna go ahead and share kind of a different perspective with them and see how that goes. All right, let me read this real quick and I'll share with you guys. So, let me give you